So going in, I freely admit, I set some low expectations because I just wasn't sure what to expect. But honestly, from our very first meeting and all the way through to our last call just a couple weeks ago, Happy Half Hour exceeded my expectations in every way. And it was just so wonderful to see all the faculty groups just immediately launch into conversation and just be so excited to talk with one another and to have a forum to share ideas and talk about what's working in our classes, maybe what's not, how can we help each other improve and do better, because we know our faculty are doing amazing things in their classes and in their programs. We know that, I know that. But at the same time, we all are committed and invested to doing even better. We know that we can always find more dynamic ways to give a lesson or to engage our students, and we want to do that. And some of the best resources we have are each other and what's working across the district. And so Happy Half Hour was a wonderful forum to bring people together in those various groups and give them that opportunity to talk and share and collaborate. And we know when we work together, when we collaborate in that way, we are better and stronger, not just as individual faculty members, but as an overall district. And we can really provide our students that quality and excellence in teaching and learning that is the forefront of the IECC mission. And so I've just been so incredibly happy with how the first round of Happy Half Hours have gone. And in terms of some tangible takeaways, there were so many, and obviously the conversations are the number one benefit of Happy Half Hour. Just seeing everyone engage and feel seen and heard, and honestly, faculty feeling like their ideas and their concerns and their interests are being seen and heard by others is a benefit that's beyond measure, in my opinion. But if we want more tangible ones, certainly we had several, a lot of times tied to some classroom needs and equipment purchases through conversations even before Happy Half Hour. Phil Thorson at LTC brought up getting an EEG machine, similar to what Jason Horton has at OCC, that he can use in his psychology classes to measure brain waves or show students how that works. And that's also something that Ann Roy at LTC will be able to use also in her anatomy classes when they talk about the brain. So a single piece of equipment that is going to impact student learning in multiple areas, which is fabulous. On our last call, Ann Roy also mentioned that she was looking forward to getting a new ECG machine, an echocardiogram, to replace an old one that had been dead for a long time, and it was actually arriving that week, and she and her students, she said, were so excited to get it into the classroom and start using it and really applying in kind of real life what they had just been reading about in textbooks, and kind of bringing lessons to life in that way and real world application. Chris Matthews and Todd Gill at Wabash Valley, Chris Matthews at OCC, had both mentioned that the microscopes in their labs were old, most didn't work. Neither lab had enough for all the students in the room, so that just meant that students had to wait and share, which just really kind of drags out lab and makes it not as seamless of an experience. And that was shared with various administration, and they jumped on it. Dr. Gower immediately sent it to the CFO and purchasing departments, and an order was placed the very next day. And so come fall semester, our biology labs are going to have new microscopes for the students, and that's incredible. And full disclaimer, I'm not sitting here saying that if you say that you need something in a Happy Half Hour that I can automatically make that happen. Unfortunately, I do not have that superpower. I wish I did. But if Happy Half Hour can, again, just be a forum where you can share a classroom need or an equipment need or something that would really help your classes, and we can facilitate that in some way, we will do everything we can to put that request in the ear of someone who can make that decision, or try and find a way to maneuver and solve the situation as much as we can. And so again, having new equipment, new supplies is always exciting, but I think even more, again, like just seeing how excited faculty were, how grateful they were to know that they were going to be able to give students an even more dynamic learning experience in the coming weeks and semesters. That was very gratifying. And while not a specific equipment need, one of my favorite takeaways was actually a comment that I got after one of our meetings from Wade Baker in the music department, and I'm loosely paraphrasing him, but he had just sent me a message to thank me and to thank us for offering Happy Half Hour, because as he said, there's so many amazing things that we can be doing, and Happy Half Hour gives a more kind of personal forum to kind of share those ideas and experiences, and also bring awareness to all the great things that we can be doing. And the fact that another faculty member felt that way after just the first couple rounds of meetings was amazing to me. And so as we think about Happy Half Hour moving forward, that's really what I want to build on, is those conversations. And yes, we are planning to bring Happy Half Hours to you in the coming academic year. Tana Ambrose, Brandon Weger, and I have already met and started talking about that. Planning out dates and thinking about ideas, so stay tuned for more details about that, because they will be coming to a computer screen near you in the fall. And we're excited about that, to continue these conversations, and particularly as we move forward in guided pathways and our meta majors. Dr. Gower and others have repeatedly said, particularly this coming academic year is a time for conversations, right? For bringing different groups together and looking at how we have things organized and deciding, is this the right way? Is this where groups should be? Where do we need faculty leadership roles? Who are those faculty going to be? And certainly we're going to have lots of opportunities to have those conversations at workshops and in other places, but Happy Half Hour is a natural forum to also facilitate those conversations, and I definitely foresee that. And while we will definitely be starting Happy Half Hour in our familiar discipline CTE groups from this last time, at the same time, as we move forward in our realignment, I also foresee that Happy Half Hour can serve as a transition point to perhaps starting to meet faculty in those meta major groups perhaps, or maybe some other groupings. We'll have to wait and see. We'll see what works, but that will be a great forum for it, and kind of bringing new groups of faculty together to, again, talk and share ideas. So that just has me really excited for the coming year, and for, as we realign and do all these big changes, that we'll have more opportunities to talk and converse and, again, just move forward together. And I think that's one of the biggest takeaways from Happy Half Hour that's, I hope carries through into the coming year. So as always, if ever anyone has any questions, comments, suggestions about things you would like to talk about in Happy Half Hour, because we want those conversations to be meaningful to you, please don't hesitate to reach out to me or Brandon Weger or Tana Ambrose and let us know. And if you have any questions about anything that we can possibly help with, again, don't hesitate to reach out. But otherwise, I hope everyone has a wonderful end to the semester and comes back excited for not just a new school year, but a new round of conversations in Happy Half Hour. Thank you.